What's an unfun fact? In 2014, the CDC once found a smallpox sample that they had lost and didn't even know it. It was just laying around in some random store. Monsieur. https www.npr.org/2014/08/in-a-lab-store-room-and-dash-lost-files-of-smallpox. When your skin becomes red from spending too much time under the sunlight, it's basically because your skin cells are committing suicide to avoid becoming cancerous. Edit. Source https www.google.com/amp/livescience.com/38039-what-causes-sunburns.html. The process is called apoptosis, and when cells whose DNA gets messed up by UV radiation doesn't commit suicide, that's when it starts growing out of control and thus becomes skin cancer. I'm no expert, but many medical students and professionals I know have told me this is how it works. Perhaps in an oversimplified manner. Fatal familial insomnia exists. It's a rare, incurable prionic brain disease that progressively destroys your brain's ability to sleep. Eventually, you stop sleeping altogether, go insane, have seizures, and die. Brush-tail possums are coprophagic. Eat their own shit. They need their food to go through their digestive system twice to get all the nutrients. They're nocturnal, so spend the night eating eucalyptus and other plant leaves and flowers. During the day, they curl up into a little ball with their mouths close to their bums and eat the soft poo as it comes out in. Then while they're out at night, they poo out hard, long pellets of poo, having absorbed all the nutrients. Around 1.5 million people die from TB annually, which is a disease consistently treatable by antibiotics in almost all cases. Only 1 in every 1,000 sea turtles born ever make it to adulthood. Depends on what you find as fun. A King Henry VIII exploded in his coffin while the grave was being dug. The mess was cleared up by stray dogs. Dead people can get goosebumps. The youngest person to ever give birth was a Peruvian girl, Lena Medina, who gave birth to a child in 1939 at age 5. She had precocious puberty and had her first period at age 8 months. She may have been raped at an indigenous religious festival where such things are known to occur. The man who raped her was never found, and she was silent about how she got pregnant. The delivery was by caesarean as vaginal delivery was deemed impossible. Her son was told that he was her little brother, and she also treated him in this manner. Unsurprisingly, she was an incompetent parent, preferring to play with dolls rather than tend to the baby. But that's to be expected. The case is well documented in medical journals, including photos of her pregnant body. It is also in the Guinness Book. She later married, had another son, went to work for the physician who delivered her, and lived a quite normal life. The son was healthy but died young at age 40. She has refused all efforts to speak of the case, including offers of significant sums of money. Her family has also refused to discuss the case. As of 2008, she was still alive at age 75 and living in a slum in Lima, Peru. If she is still alive, she would be 87 years old. The first responder to die in 911 was killed by someone jumping out of the building and landing on them. A human tooth has 36 calories. The female tarantula hawk wasp stings a tarantula between the legs, paralyzes it, then drags the prey to a specially prepared burrow, where a single egg is laid on the spider's abdomen, and the entrance is covered. Sex of the larva is determined by fertilization. Fertilized eggs produce females, while unfertilized eggs produce males. When the wasp larva hatches, it creates a small hole in the spider's abdomen, then enters and feeds voraciously, avoiding vital organs for as long as possible to keep the spider alive. After several weeks, the larva pupates, Finally, the wasp becomes an adult and emerges from the spider's abdomen to continue the life cycle. Suicide bombers are a lot easier to identify post-mortem than you'd expect. This is because the blast from the suicide belt hits the base of the head in such a way that the head pops off like a cork. Investigators therefore have a relatively intact head to ID. Edit. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. In response to speculation in the comments, I'd like to say that I am not a veteran, a forensics expert, or a gore site editor, and I have not witnessed this in person. Although I have seen a couple of photos, I'm just a true crime guy who looked into the forensics after the St. Petersburg and Manchester bombings in 2017. My original source was a quote by journalist Joby Warwick. People who handle cockroaches develop allergies to them. Monsieur, this usually prevents them from drinking pre-ground coffee because of the cockroaches that get grounded in with the large batches. Male cats have spines on their penises that rake the walls of a female's vagina to trigger ovulation and to hold the female in place while mating. Touching an AM radio broadcast tower will kill you. And not only will it kill you, but it will hurt the entire time you're dying. Number 1. The voltage is so high that your hand would instantly clamp to whatever charged part of the tower you touched. Then because it's oscillating at a frequency your cells can't feel, you wouldn't be able to feel yourself being electrocuted until it starts to heat your body from the current. And you'd also be able to hear your body acting as a speaker, where you'd literally be able to hear whatever was on that particular station as you die. Here's an example of the sheer power running through one of these things. https youtube.be/uo9nexispo. Edit. Since people asked, touching an FM broadcast tower won't have nearly the same effect. The tower is hundreds of feet high, and unlike AM radio where the tower itself is the antenna, the actual antenna is only about 20 to 30 feet long at the very top. Also, FM radio uses a lot lower power, only usually 100 to 1000 watts, compared to AM radio where usually 1000 to 50,000 watts are used. So unless you climb all the way to the top of the tower, there's no danger of any burns. Also, in regard to 5G, as stated previously, AM radio uses an incredible amount of power. 5G uses so much less power, on the order of 1 to 15 watts. Also, radio waves are considered non-ionizing radiation, meaning the only danger with them is a small heating effect at higher frequencies, kinda like a microwave. But also keep in mind that your microwave uses 1500 watts. This is because the wavelength of these radio waves is literally too big to interact with your cells in any way. There's no danger whatsoever here. The power depicted in that video comes from the electricity flowing through the tower, not the radio waves themselves. Parvovirus can infect dogs and cats at any particular age and kill them pretty efficiently. It's especially good at doing this with puppies. There's no cure and no antiviral, just boosters and hydration IV you can give them, monsieur. When a dog comes home healthy from the recovery from a parvo infection, they're contagious for 2 weeks, and if they pee, poop or vomit anywhere at all, including dog parks, the freaking virus is able to survive for up to a year, including in 100+ degree weather. Parvovirus sucks. When a male bee drone ejaculates, its testicles explode and the drone dies. It is literally a one-shot wonder that brain-eating amoebas exist at all, and is also pretty commonly found in freshwater ponds and lakes. Apparently only 4 people have survived getting it in the last 50 years. Sea otters kill and rape baby seals, not always in that order.